at it like a play date, better vacate, retreat like a vacate, mayday.
You released the Godzilla music video 8 hours or 9 hours before Eminem released the official music video itself. That was a huge video that got a crazy response, 8 million plus views, 50 plus reaction videos, hundreds of emails, and your subscription count on YouTube jumped from 5,000 to it's 92,000 now.
I'm just the Loch Ness, the mythological, quick to tell a bitch you off like a fifth of vodka. When you twist the top of the bottle, I'm a monster.
Randy Chriz Perera, my man. So good to see you once again. Thank you so much for joining us on episode number 5 of the Entrepreneur Wired podcast. It's good to see you once again and have a chat about what you've been up to. So just a quick introduction about Randy Chriz Perera for those of you who are tuned in who don't know Randy yet. Randy is the co-founder of Meraki United. He's an animator and illustrator, a part-time rapper, a father, as well as a husband. And we're going to start with a banger, Andy, just like you did. You released the Godzilla music video 8 hours or 9 hours before Eminem released the official music video itself. And that was a huge video that got a crazy response, 8 million plus views, 50 plus reaction videos, hundreds of emails, and your subscription count on YouTube jumped from 5,000 to it's 92,000 now. So that was a massive project. So can you maybe take us through that journey?
Yeah, and I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it just sounds like it happened kind of overnight, but I mean, I've been like doing this for like a lot of time now. I mean, it's just that I had the chance to really like do something and go all the way and put all the ideas that I had into this passion project. So it's basically a passion project, and so I just wanted to do this tribute video for Eminem and just I usually do this, but I had the free time to really go full-fledged at it, and so it started out very very basic, and I just saw that I could really take it to the next level. So then I had to plan for that, because a lot of it took like 20 days exactly, and that's like 18 hours per day to get this done. It's right. I mean, at the maybe when I was like done 90% done, they had announced that they're going to do a music video for that same track that I was doing of Eminem. So then I really saw the opportunity that I should really do this before them and post it, because a lot of people will be like kind of tuning in, and there is a high build. So
for sure,
I mean, then I posted, and it just went viral, and a lot of like, I think got like more than 1 million views within 2 days. I mean, every time I refresh, it's like going up.
Yes, that was a record for a Sri Lankan who released the video. That was the record for international views. Am I right? Within the first 24 to 48 hours.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I really don't know, but I haven't seen any other music video as well that has performed like that. I haven't seen. Yeah, I mean, it's so surreal to really look back at it. It's just insane, and I mean, there was the reaction videos were also like quickly building up, and I mean, he has a huge fan base as well, so that I think it added to that as well. Yeah, it's just crazy, man.
Insane and crazy is definitely the way to describe it. So if you really look at it, like when the emails started pouring in, there was Interscope Records, which is the record label which has signed Eminem, Dr. Dre, Imagine Dragons, who had sent you a mail, but you had initially overlooked it because you were getting bombarded with mails. But luckily, you managed to get in touch with them, and now you have worked on a project with Smino, who's also under the records. Can you maybe take us through that journey as well?
Yeah, man. Yeah, so like basically after that was posted, within the next 4 days, I think Interscope had their chief digital head of digital guy had reached us through email, and I was replying all the emails at first, like saying thanks, man, and all the, like, just always just going through them, not really because I was like, those are not the emails. So
Oh,
like
really? Okay.
that's like yeah, and it's like from around the world, like people appreciating what I did, and that, and people trying to get work done as well. So I hadn't really seen it, and the Portia's going through it properly in the after those in the first week, and she saw that it was actually from Interscope, and I was just like sitting in the desk working, and she was like, "Do you know Interscope?" And I said, "Yeah, that's the record that label that, yeah, Dre and everyone's signed to." And then I think we've been approached by them, and I was like, "What?" I couldn't believe it, man. So it's insane. So yeah, ever since that time, it's been a back and forth thing that they are wanting ideas from us, and we are going back and forth with them. They have a kind of a process. I mean, there's a big hierarchy as well. So, things take a little bit of time to really get into, you know, uh, get going. But so we did the first project with them for the artist, like you said, Smino, and yeah, they had already decided on what to do, and they just approached us, and they got it, and they were like really satisfied as well. So yeah, man, it's just crazy.
That's crazy, man. It's not every day that you get hit up by Interscope Records. So I wish you all the best with that journey as well. But speaking of the Godzilla music video that you did, I watched it multiple times, and I can only understand the amount of effort that must have gone into it. That's a magnanimous project if you really look at it. However, it came at an opportunity cost, because the time that you spent there could have been used as billable hours, and you could have made money on the projects that are actually making you money. However, you took that gut call to go ahead with this Godzilla project, and you took a risk there if you really think about it. So what was the thinking behind the whole thing? You wanted to give that a shot?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I really believe in gut feeling and instinct, like you said. Anyway, I like to do these passion projects, which really keep me motivated and really in it. Like most of the times, I enjoy doing client work, but sometimes it's a bit predictable and kind of. So I mean, so now and then I really put myself into doing something of a passion project to go full fledged and keep at it. So the only thing is, I don't spend a lot of time, huge number of time doing that. But this is one of the projects that I really went all the way, and 20 days is pretty much.
We're talking about
big
18
number
to
of
20
days
hours per day as well. 18 to 20
per
hours
day, so
for 20 days.
exactly. Yeah.
400 hours.
Yeah, health wise also it's not that good, but yeah, so like you said, it's a sacrifice as well, billable hours, like you said. But it's again awesome to have someone to plan it with. So Portia and I told her, this might take a while, so are we cool to go with this? And then plan for that. And because like you said, the gut feeling, the instinct, it felt like this need to be put out there. I mean, the opportunity was there, we should take it. So I made that call, and went all the way. I mean, when you make the decision, you should stick by it. And somehow I mean, even if it didn't receive as much as response, I would have like keep on doing it like that. I mean, there's so many things that I've done like that didn't get the proper response. So I'm used to it. I just move on to the next thing, and anyway, I'll do it. So this thing really, it's the perfect opportunity. I mean, it really was the perfect timing, I guess. Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
All right, Randy, let's rewind 10 years back in your life, 10 or so, right? So you were still working in the corporate sector. You were doing quite well there. However, you always felt that there was something missing in your life. What was missing in your life, and what made you eventually take the decision to pursue business on a full-time basis?
Yeah. So like I've been in the corporate sector working for like 12 years. I've been doing like four career paths. One like to I worked at a media channel for 6 years, and then at an e-commerce channel, one of the first back then. That was like for 3 years, and then briefly worked at for 6 months at a international kind of a music uh, company, something to do with music, where I created lyric videos for 6 months, and then at an advertising agency. So I mean, working there, I mean, I mean that experience is like really, really valued. Uh, you get the working at the discipline, the working with the team, and all of that. But you will get, when you get to a point when you kind of see that you could give more, and you can add more to the bring more to the table, and it's not happening. Um, it was kind of building and kind of building in me, like I was getting kind of frustrated also, like when I it came to a point where I had to take the decision to go by myself and try this. I mean, it's like take that leap and see, at least for once, because yeah, altogether I think it was a calculated risk that I took. uh, you know um, uh, you will kind of get to that place where you kind of see. I mean, I already had the freelance work coming in as well, so like those connections are there. So I had to take the leap and see. So it wasn't easy at that time. I mean, I had my second daughter as well, so like it's like one of the craziest times. But I spoke with Posh, and we thought, we will. It's we went full fledged 2000 in 2018, beginning of 2018, and so far, just at it. And yeah, there are a lot of ups and downs, and like a lot of obstacles in the way as well. So but the drive is there to create content, and doing that, and somehow persisting our way through all of that obstacles. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of obstacles, it's never easy to start a business, Randy, but you made that gut decision to start it. However, I'm pretty sure you have faced your own set of unique challenges in the setup process of it, and then managing it for the number of years that you've done it, right? So what have been some of
Yeah.
these biggest challenges when you started the business? How did you fund the business, and how did you overcome these challenges? And have you ever second guessed this decision of making the jump to pursue full-time business?
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, financial wise, like there wasn't a huge capital that's been put. I mean, it's basically um me and Posh, and we just started. I mean, we since we work from home, and there's not a lot of overheads as well. But one of the challenges are, like sometimes the work can be like I mean, for one person, I can't sometimes handle it. So you need to get the proper people. So that's also a work in progress. We have a lot of we have got some people who are like really working with us. That's like really putting in the work. But that's also a challenge to get the proper people with the proper attitude. And uh, you know another challenge would be like positioning ourselves as well. Like that's also another. I mean, looking at what opportunities, what things to take, and stuff like that. Um, yeah, it's really crazy.
It's a whirlwind of a journey. Let's speak a bit about the craft itself.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Let's speak a bit about the craft itself. So, do you
Yeah.
think that to become an illustrator and a creative, do you think anyone can become an illustrator, or do you think you require a special talent or an eye to become an illustrator? And where can an aspiring illustrator start his journey?
Mm. Yeah. Um, I mean, if you want to be an artist, I mean, if you had to have a little bit of skill and like the passion to really work. I mean, keep on consistently putting things and working at it. And if you have the passion, you can put in the work, and then the more you learn, the more you really get to a place like even for me, if I stop doing this for a while, I might get a bit rusty. So it all depends on how bad you want it.
Yeah.
So you have to put in the work and really uh, learn and all that. So for me, I started drawing on not digital straight away. So I was drawing on paper and sketchbooks and all that. And but I was like always observant. You have to, be observant of certain things, and uh, you know uh, have that this thing drive to push further and spend time on what you do. Uh, so yeah, there are a lot of tutorials out there, so online courses and stuff, which you can really get into. Uh, but again, I believe it's how bad you want it, and then you can push and really get there.
For sure, I couldn't agree anymore, Randy. Speaking
Mhm.
about your personal career, have you always been interested in drawings and illustrations? What really got you into this craft and pursuing it as a career?
Yeah, yeah. I'm from the beginning. When as a kid, I also like I've been like really uh, drawing on these sketchbooks and all of that. Um, Even checking out like any other kid, like looking at cartoons and really being absorbed into those worlds and how they create the story and all of that. Trying to make them on my own from the young ages. uh, it has always been a kind of a part of me. So I think what I'm doing also right now, it's kind of a hobby that turned into a career. So
Okay.
that's really organic in that sense.
Hmm.
And so like I grew up with it, like uh, even as a kid, drawing the cartoons that are going on TV, and no internet back then. So
Yeah.
while it was going on TV, just sketching it while it was going. But I would put myself through these challenges, like drawing live. So that helped me out later onwards also, where I was doing live caricaturing as well, like even in board meetings, I will be sitting on the table taking down notes, but actually I'm drawing the stuff. It's like it's pretty
Okay.
fun. So it's yeah, it's always a part of me, and even what I'm going through personally, I would like try to visualize it, like So I learned to really visualize things and tell a visual story line from back then. So yeah, it's really organic part of me to create this content, and always trying to teach myself and learning on the way and absorbing. It's like this machine that I'm monster that I'm feeding, and like it's like
Right.
getting growing and growing every day. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Understood. All right, Randy. So the Godzilla music video was not the first music video you had released. You had actually done many such projects in the past. One of which was with Stigmata, which is a prominent heavy metal band based in Colombo. In fact, the video that you did for An Idle Mind is a Devil's Workshop won the Best Music Video Award at the Asian Music Awards. And the best part about the whole thing was you got awarded a perfect 10 out of 10 by not only the judges but also by the host. So it was truly a proud moment for all of us Sri Lankans and all the metal fans as well. So can you take us through that experience of working with Stigmata and competing at an Asian level?
Yeah, man. I mean, that project was like really memorable for me. I mean, that year was the first. I mean, the year that we went solo. So like one of the first projects we did was with for Stigmata. It was this for this Avengers movie. They
Yes.
kind of did a tribute track. and our cosplayers also made a kind of a video for that. So I did a little bit of I was involved in that video. So I was like, I'm a fan of Stigmata, and like, from way back then. So it's crazy. I mean,
Me too, man.
and yeah, 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 man. So you know, so like we got the chance to work with them again after that, and so this was like he approached and Suresh told me that there's this competition, and whether I could pull off a video in 10 days. And I said sure, and I'm like, definitely. And yeah, and it's also kind of like a kind of a exposure kind of thing, like I that was an actual exposure kind of thing, like. So we took that opportunity, and we didn't go to our premium prices, but we collaborated, and we asked what his ideas were visually. And he said there's a huge number of visual this thing that goes in there. I mean, are you sure you want all of that? And I said, yeah, hit me with it. I mean, it should be organic. It's your concept that we have to bring to life. So he sent me a huge email breaking down all the what this means and what the symbols are. And Posh and me, Posh put it into a storyline kind of thing, and according to the song, the storyboard. And we started working on it, and we just finished it in 7 days or something.
Oh, that's
And
great.
then after that, they yeah, and then after that they actually said no, we had to include our local land
Okay.
landmarks to make it
Yes.
more yeah. So like so then I had to take more 2 days or whatever to include all those golf fort and all the nine arches things which I included there. And somehow, I mean, within hours of the deadline, he somehow managed to submit it. And it was like pretty hectic, and at the same time, it was like really energetic. I mean, it's a rock song. I'm a huge fan of rock as well, and this was like a dream come true. Yeah. So um yeah, I mean, then we submitted it, and I mean, support was like really awesome. I mean, even our guys here, and his database, and fan base, and um I mean, huge support shown all throughout. And it was also like really uplifting for us as well. I mean, being one of our first music videos, to see it, like going all the way to number one. It's it's an insane journey, man.
For
It's
sure.
crazy.
It was a big win for the metal community in Sri Lanka as well as the country
Yeah,
itself. So that surely is an amazing feat that you had managed to accomplish. So let's speak a bit more about Meraki United. Meraki United has a co-founder, Portia Ratnayaka, who's not only your business partner, but is also your life partner. And the last time we met,
yeah.
every time we meet, you speak very highly of her. Can you explain to us what sort of a role she has played in your success, both personally as well as in your professional career?
Yeah, man. So Portia, she's my wifey, and she's also a creative person, and she can draw in her own way as well, her own style. Like so Meraki, that's how Meraki happened as well. We always wanted to do something of our own and bring our towns together. And a lot of people have been saying that also in the past as well. So so we started Meraki, and it's a real support that I have her. I mean, it's like most of the times as a couple of, like, it's very easy when both are going the same direction, rather than like some person wanting to go on the other direction, and then it becomes a bit hard. So here, uh, I'm kind of blessed and lucky in that sense, because it's really important that that support structure, the core team, is really focused in the vision. So from the start, get go, we've been communicating. So the communication is also a huge part, I think. So it's really awesome. Like the thing we have arguments, we have creative arguments, but that's healthy. Like you have to go through that and iron things out to really get to a place where you're both in the same page together. So I think I have a lot of friends also who are creatives, who who, you know, who face a bit of problem in that sense, like, you know, they the support, they might sometimes um, they lack that, and then they have face a lot of difficulties. So I mean, that's one of the biggest advice I give for any person, like, you know, like, get that support team, like, that's really important. I mean, for a fact, if it wasn't for her, this thing, I mean, I don't think I will be here, or like the Meraki would be here, because she like brings so much into it. Like, no one sees it; it's behind the you know, scenes. Um, and like, you know, we tend to leave ego out of the way, and that sounds like sometimes a bit hard with when that's in the way. So like, it's a good synergy. It's a good team that we have. Um, yeah, I would think, you know, that's important to have that core team, that support system with you.
For sure, Andy. So I think the lesson there is that we all need
Yeah.
to choose both our life
And
partners.
yeah,
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
yeah, yeah, you know, yeah. So it's all about being on the same page, and the communication thing, and it just makes things very easy to really, you know, go in the same direction.
Is she nearby? Is Portia nearby?
She is nearby, yeah.
Say
Yeah,
we
man.
said hi.
You
Say we
know,
said hi.
all right. Mm, yeah,
um,
it's crazy. I mean, we have two different extremes, and you know, it's strange. I mean, a lot of people didn't even think that we'll be together. Like, she's like really different from me, but it's crazy. I mean, it's cool in a way. It's a kind of balance. Like, you know,
she
when we get to your
compliments.
conclusion, it's like, yeah, exactly.
She's like the yin to the yang. All right, let's speak a bit about the industry that you're operating in. What tends to happen sometimes is brands approach creatives, artists, and illustrators and offer them exposure over a fair monetary remuneration for their services. Now, this is quite rampant in the industry. This happens pretty much all the time. Has this happened to you during your younger days? Have brands come and approached you promising exposure? The only problem is you can't take exposure to the bank, right? And what would be
Yeah.
your advice for creatives and artists who get approached by brands promising exposure over a monetary remuneration?
Yeah, approached quite a number of times as well. When, you know, some clients offering exposure over a payment. There is actual practical exposure, but you should kind of really identify yourself if this is a good opportunity for me or not. You know, take the time and kind of see for yourself. And you know, if it's not quite of an opportunity, it's not exposure, then you might as well directly tell them, you know, actually it's fine. I mean, this is my you know, these are my prices, but you know, just I would appreciate if you, I mean, just be polite about it. I would appreciate if you pay me. It's fine. Let's see after this project about the exposure factor, like, you know, something to that effect. But if it is an actual exposure, it's also a good opportunity for you to, like, move out there. You should also kind of see if it if that exposure, if you want that exposure. So you should kind of take a like a, you know, good decision, a sound decision. Maybe talk to someone and see if this is an actual good exposure for you or not. But overall, I mean, there are a lot of clients who will use exposure as a tool to really manipulate you, to really kind of you know, give you a very lower hand. So you know, you should be aware of that. And you know, because you should always have a you know, it's your time that you're putting in, and you should have a kind of a rate that is justifiable for you. And always kind of be aware of that fact. Yeah.
All right, last question, Randy. When you're ready, we can go. And it's going to be about your
Cool.
5-year plan, right?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we got, sorry. Randy Chriz Perera, Portia Ratnayaka, and the kids, Meraki United 2025. What can we expect in the next 5 years?
It's been a crazy ride so far. I mean, it's so like we also have like a lot of kind of goals and a lot of things we want to do. But overall, we want to like really get set up ourselves a good team that can do a lot of big projects in a scalable way, and Meraki United to be an awesome place where there are a lot of things, creative things are happening, and so far that we are like really expanding the roots in internationally, doing projects with a lot of people, and we are working on a movie as well, like a Sri Lankan origins movie that kind of potentially like it's a superhero kind of movie, and it's the biggest thing right now for us, and it's very hard, but that's one of the goals, and again we are doing a couple of animated kind of couple of movies with a couple of people in Hollywood. That's like a like a underground movie kind of sort of thing. So I mean, we are kind of expanding our way through the connections we have, and we want to take us Sri Lanka to the map in whatever capacity that we can. Yeah, I mean, and really teach us so the up and coming youngsters. By that time, if there's a way of teaching them also. So all those kinds of things are like we are planning in the next 5 years. And whatever opportunity that might come, yeah, with all the guys' support and all of that, it's let's see how far we can push it.
That's crazy, Randy. I can't wait to watch that movie. Pretty sure it's going to be a blockbuster. It's going to be a proud moment for us Sri Lankans. You're inspiring hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people around the world, and entertaining us as well in the process. Thank you so much for being awesome, Randy, and for being a part of the 5th episode of the Entrepreneur Vibe podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Randy Chriz Perera. He is the man, the legend. And do follow him in all the social media platforms. And with Entrepreneur Vibe, we have Wazim Imtiaz, who's going to be part of our next episode. So stay tuned, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and subscribe to Randy's channel as well. And follow us both. We got loads of exciting stuff coming up. Take care, guys. See you soon.
Man. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Randy.
Guys.